But if he's like, oh, they playing them, I know they're gonna lose. But they're not even healthy.
I'm the guy who goes, Lions are 0-9. We about to crush Dallas. We crushing Tampa. Bring it on. Get it smacked. Well, I don't give a shit. So what? See us next season.
But if they win, you be like, what?
Yeah, but I told y'all we was gonna win. What's up? You could be like 1-12. You got 1-12. I don't give a shit. We said the best. Like, I'm that guy all day.
Yeah.
Only because it doesn't mean anything. I go like, yeah, man, I'm gonna say this whole, like we were talking about that whole. I caught heat for having talking about Denzel Washington's son.
Oh yeah,
being bigger because his dad is.
Right.
And people like you hate. I'm like, I ain't fucking hate. I didn't say he's a trash actor. He's not that great to be headlining movies.
And I'm going piggyback off of that. I think. Here we go. You ready for this?
Just do it.
You ready for this? I'm about to go wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Take that condom off, Dion.
Come on. I feel like this is going to be a great soundbite. All right. I feel like Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Denzel Washington has all played themselves. Right? The difference between Denzel Washington is he had better scripts and directors.
Okay.
Bruce Willis has played himself, and he has failed miserably getting great scripts.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger never changed his accent. And they never even justify.
Can you do American accent? No. This is it.
And it's like they're playing themselves numerous times in different variants of themselves.
Yeah.
It's never a time. I mean, of course, you can go from Denzel Washington has been a pastor, and also he's been a villain, but he's playing Denzel Washington. It's never like I've lost track of who was this kid, man.
I think what happens is that eventually you get paid to be you, right? Like, hey, I need that Denzel thing.
Yeah,
like I don't need you to go be Malcolm X right now.
Absolutely.
But I think in the early days they play different people. I haven't seen a whole lot. Not Arnold. You're 100% right about that. I don't see that Bruce. I just don't know a lot of his early movies outside of Die Hard.
That's what I'm saying, though. He's played himself.
I can't even tell you a whole lot of. What was the Scotland movie? Wasn't that him? No, that's not Bruce Willis. That was Mel Gibson.
Oh, wow. I can give you he played like hostage.
Looper.
Yeah, he's playing himself, man. And he's just getting bad scripts. Nicolas Cage. He plays himself numerous times, and then when I found out that Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage purposely pick these shitty movies because if, for the sake of easy math, if it's $100,000 budget, he's getting like $60,000.
Yeah, and
then the rest of the budget is going to like them C-list actors,
right? A crew and shit,
right? Excuse me.
About that money,
figuring it out, and it's like, would you do that if like you like I see where my career is going, or would you be like, or would you be like, hey, the budget is $100,000, I'm willing to get paid $20,000 so you can get 3 other 20,000 people.
I would tell you like this. I think we talked about this before about Tom Brady. Tom Brady takes less money now so he can have the best things, right? Early on, it depends on where I want my career, right? Like if I want to be in an Oscar movie talk, I'd probably take less money.
Right.
But if I just want to make some money, if I just want to be the highest paid, well, give me that money. Yeah. It's like if I already established myself as a great actor, like Bruce Willis established himself as a blockbuster actor early on. So now it was like, man, I got to pay for these 3 houses I had. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's other people. Leonardo DiCaprio then came up, and Brad Pitt then came up, and then like Tony Stark, or what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. So now I'm like, am I gonna go fight for Iron Man, or am I gonna go take the Copper Man, or I can make
Copper Man's budget?
Yeah, here's a $20 million movie. Oh, great! You're gonna give me 15 of it? You taking $15 million? Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna go get that bread. Yeah. So I can definitely see, but what Denzel does very well is Denzel will go do a big blockbuster movie, right? Something that they'll pair him up with some white dude, right? They'll pair him up with a white guy. He'll go make $20 million, then he'll go do his own movie. He'll go do Fences. He'll go do The Great Debaters. He'll go do The Book of Jordan or whatever he just did, So he'll take that big payday. Go ahead, give me that. I'll suck and jive for you guys, and then I'll go do these black movies, which he does all the time. Right. Denzel's always gonna go do black director, black movie, blah 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 blah. But he's got to go do the other stuff. Yeah. And I think he does a lot of deals. I think he's like, cool, I'll go do this movie with he did a movie with Ryan Reynolds. He went and did one with what's the dude from I don't know why I'm blanking, but he does other Will Ferrell comedy movies too. Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. He'll go find. He did one with what was that?
That was the first comedy.
What?
The one he did with Mark Wahlberg.
Two Guns.
Yep.
And then he did, what was that one kid? Chris Pine. Yep. On the train.
Pelham 1.
No, that was with John Travolta.
Oh.
There was one called like Unstoppable.
Unstoppable, the train. Yep.
Yeah, and then Denzel was like, so I just got to sit here on the train.
Yeah, and then the one with Ryan Reynolds was Safe House.
Yeah. So he'll just go do these movies. Like, who's the white guy you want me to pair up with now?
He don't do movies with black people, man.
He does, because then he'll go do Fences. He'll go do The Great Debaters.
Like,
he just did the Book of Jordan with Michael B. Jordan.
Book of Jordan. He was in that one?
Yeah, he directed it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying, so then he'll go run his own production.
He don't co-star though.
Sometimes, because he did Fences with Viola Davis.
What's the last time he co-starred with a black person?
Viola Davis Fences?
Man, come on, man.
What's that? That's not that long.
When you're a black icon like that, you got to do your Beyonce. You got to get your Beyonce on. She does nothing but black stuff now.
What do you mean?
He has to only do stuff with black people, man.
He doesn't have to only do that.
He's done enough with white people.
A lot of these people won't make these movies. Nobody's making Fences. It's not a studio who goes, sure, Fences sounds like it'll sell a lot. They're not going to do that movie.
Even Equalizer.
And he did Black Ma Rainey, whatever. There no studio is doing that movie without the Denzel name, and I'm assuming that he does a movie for them also. But no one's financing these movies. They're not going to do it. They're not doing them. Otherwise, you see a ton of black movies around.
Why he don't co-star like Jamie Foxx or Samuel Jackson? He don't co-star with black people, man. I don't like that.
What do you mean?
He's an icon. Denzel Washington's an icon.
Wait, you gotta remember, Denzel's a real actor. He just did that Macbeth. He's a real Shakespearean. Sure. He did it on Broadway. He's a real. So when you see Denzel in those blockbuster movies, he doesn't like when he does an Antoine Fuqua movie, he gonna be acting his ass off
with a white person.
Maybe not Training Day, Ethan Hawke.
Why
that's the big blockbusters. But then when he does his own movies, they're all black. And Viola Davis be killing. Him and Viola Davis are probably the greatest duo of actors on one stage.
Sure, but they already did the stage though. They did the same. They were the same characters on stage.
Yes, he wanted to bring it to the people.
Right, but what I'm saying is, why Denzel Washington don't do black movies with black people?
He does. You're talking about both other big A-lister movies.
Samuel Jackson, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. These are all big.
Well, here you go, Dion.
Pair them up, man.
Okay, Will's getting $20 million a movie. Mm-hmm. Okay, Denzel's getting $20 million a movie. That's $40 million for two actors.
What are you saying? So you think they can afford it if they were both getting on the back end?
Unless they're doing a Marvel movie where they plan to make $1 billion, they're not doing that.
Why not?
Because it's not worth it to a studio.
Have you ever seen a movie that had like a shitload of like Death at a Funeral? Mm-hmm. I know they weren't all at their prime, but that was a lot of A-list actors in that movie.
Do you think that studio would pay for that again? And that was through Screen Gems, which was their black version of Sony. That was their black distribution of Sony. So they go, well, how much money did it cost us? Because if it's cost efficient, they'll do it. But if you go, I got to pay Martin $5 million, Chris Rock $5 million, Tracy Morgan $5 million. I'm not paying these guys that. They're not doing it. It's not worth it to do a $20 million movie and give these cats $15 million. Hey, I can give you guys $1 million if it's worth it. And that it's all about money. We know that. Mm-hmm. It's all about is this gonna be when they paid all that money for $100 million for Amazon? They did Coming to America 2, right? Yeah. Not a great movie. A lot of black. I don't know how much it cost to do, but I know right away before it was even sold, Amazon said, here's $100 million, and that's not inside like probably whatever deals they have behind that.
Right, and sponsorship.
So here's way more than the money you spent, which probably most of it goes to Eddie, right? Yep. And then everybody else, Eddie had Wesley Snipes in there. We had, what's his name? Arsenio. We know.
Jeremy Fowler, Leslie, yeah.
So you're going to do this thing, but it's like, this is worth the budget because we got $100 million already.
Yeah.
Right? You try to get $100 million for a movie. But most comedies, no one's trying to do a $100 million comedy.
But we're talking about Denzel Washington.
We're talking about Denzel Washington.
He can be a villain again. That's what we want to see.
Which would be great.
Let's see it. And let's see something like...
You're not putting him and Will Smith in there because
Will Smith is the hero.
Well, who? Unless they're both...
Let them them humble themselves. Like, hey, we need this.
They might like I'm sure Will took less money. What did streaming network did it came out on HBO Max.
You talking about
King Richard. I don't know how much he got paid for it.
Right.
It's hard for me to believe that in Oscar talks that he's getting, he took less than 10, 15 mil. Will's a blockbuster movie you're going to go watch because of Will Smith.
You think that's enough? 10, 15 mil?
I'm only assuming because it looked like a lower budget.
Right.
I have no idea. I have zero idea.
Right.
But I heard he got a big payday for Bright.
Yeah. I remember my mind could not wrap my brain around the fact that this is 2003. Arnold Schwarzenegger did not want to do Terminator 3. Mm-hmm. They paid him $70 million to come back for Terminator 3.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I've never in my life, as of now, I can talk about now, at the age of 39, I don't think if all my paychecks added up together, I don't think I made $1 million. Can you honestly say that?
I have no idea. I'm sure it's not close.
Because you think like, yeah, you thinking 100,000.
No, I'm thinking of, especially all these $15 an hour jobs I done had. Ain't no way I'm close to $1 million.
Right, I'm thinking like $70 million.
I made the most money I've ever made these last few years, and it's not close
to $1 million.
It's not close to 100,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it boggles me when people get paid that much money.
Yeah.
$70 million.
And I wish we were looking it up because you got to see how much money that movie made. If they're like great internet, because he's big internationally,
right?
So you go fuck the domestic. We'll probably make $100 million here.
Yeah.
If I can make $500 million on this movie, that's worth Arnold $70 million.
Yeah.
Right. You go like that's worth it. So especially now, bro, like it's harder to get comedies on because nobody's paying $20 million for it. No one's paying that. They're gonna like. If we make $100 million off a $20 million movie, great. But if I only make $50 million off this $20 million movie, like it's cool.
You got to add some action to it to kind of blend.
It just depends because it's just is it worth it? But now these Marvel movies, they're kind of not ruining the movie industry, but they go, I'm looking for $1 billion. If you don't hit $1 billion, right. It's a failure.
Yeah,
like Avatar 2's coming up. Like we got to hit $1 billion.
They waited way too long.
But they shot 2 and 3 together, so it'll probably work out.
Way too long.
So no matter what,
Matrix 2 and 3, that was
it wasn't a great story either way. Neither was Avatar a great story.
So the problem is when you make, here's what Hollywood does: you create a great one-off script.
Yeah,
they be like, yo, you guys are groundbreaking. We need 2 more. Mm-hmm. We've made enough money to make a whole trilogy. What else you got? It was like we kind of capped out on that first movie.
Yeah.
Can you create a world around that? It's like, we could probably.
But if somebody says, hey, we want to do the Deion Lack story.
Right.
All about your life.
Up front, I can do that.
Okay, right.
I'm not going to cap out on the first movie.
Okay, but you make, your budget's $5 million, you make $100 million.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
Deion.
We're doing a prequel.
We're giving you $100 million now to do another movie. Mm-hmm. It's not that same 5. Right. I command this much now.
Absolutely.
No, you're like, bro, it was actually literally I died at the end.
Right.
Like, how am I supposed to do whatever you got to do to figure out?
Right.
Here's life-changing money. No matter what, here's this.
Yes, I get it. The problem is you got to defect Neo. He was a Superman in the first movie. Mm-hmm. So you got to figure out a way to make him handicapped again.
Mm-mm.
Like,
nope.
Now they had all the character. They based the movie based around Jada and the people that was defective. And Neo swooped in and saved everybody.
But you're gonna see this with most movies. Is that first off, the movie's about this character. The sequel is usually about the world, right? Even with what's the other movie Keanu did? John Wick. Mm-hmm. You just see the world opening up more and getting bigger because they're like, well, we already told his story.
Right.
He got his origin story. He got his goal at the end. So now let's open the world. It's what most sequels do. Sure. They go like, all right, now we got to make this on a bigger scale.
The first one was a journey.
For sure.
We seen glimpse of him becoming the one.
Right.
Like it's happening. Like, hey, how'd you move like that? He's like, what do you mean? You move like them.
The Matrix is a love story.
Right. But it was like, he slowly,
for some reason,
it's all about if you believe, and that's what I loved about it. It was like you always had it, but if you believe it, you can become there. Mm-hmm. And at the end, he finally believed. Mm-hmm. It's like, what happened? he believes now.
Right.
That was the now the world is open up. And then when it ended, I was like, this was the greatest movie ever.
Yeah, it was great.
And it unlocked so much. It was like, we gotta create another one. I was like, I really feel like I gotta give him, like, jack up his brain to make him feel like he can't believe anymore. When they messed up when they put Anderson into the real world, I was like, damn it, dude, what are y'all doing?
They messed up when they kept it about Trinity. I was like, if y'all don't get this plain boring chick out of here, they'd have had a better keeping it about Nairobi, Jada Pinkett's character, who actually had some fire to it. And then
the video game.
Yeah. The first Matrix, Trinity was cool. After that, she was useless. And then they're getting it on in Zion. I was like, oh, we're going to do a sex scene in Zion.
And there's a slow motion.
They tried to build that love story so much.
You remember on Matrix 2, when they came back from that journey and the black dude with the dreadlocks came in, and he was like, where's my head? I was like, what man walks into the...
Bro, I'm forgetting. I remember that. Where's my head? I was like, hey, I've been on a journey. Hey, wife, I love you. I missed you. It was none of that.
God damn
I remember that too. I was like,
a barbarian. I was like, there's no way. Even if I am playing with my wife, I'm never gonna walk in not knowing who's in there.
One of the white writers was like, black dude would say that. He doesn't care about his family, his wife. They don't love him.
Where do you think your children is at? Where do you think they're at? Like, why would they not be there?
That nigga, he walked in and was like, I don't give a fuck what's happening in this house. I need that vagina on.
Did you forget that you had children? You said, hey, guess who's here? Where's my pussy daddy?
I remember that being like, yo, why would you walk in the door?
Don't you know when she's on her period?
Like when I miss my kid, I walk in the house, I'm not like, yo, you okay, little girl, move. Can't wait to tear this up. I'm like, let me go see my...
Spend some time with your children before you get some of that.
That was crazy.
Insane.
And nobody else in there had like... And I was like, that's not even this type of movie, bro. Like, it's not even this type of movie. Why did they give him that line? Where's my pussy?
And he didn't even like... Hey, don't you think this is a little bit...
He might have been like, hey, you know what's funny? Can you just stick the line? Yeah.
They didn't say, let's try something different. It was like, let's keep that. I like that. Let's go make the cut. Let's keep that.
It's like, man, that was super whack.
Yeah.
I don't like how movies, man, they'll just like they don't make black men loving family people. Like, we don't get to be the loving fathers, you know?
We fine. I'm sure I'll find something like that.
I watch so much stuff online, and there's so many loving dads. Mm-hmm. And then you watch a movie and it's just like, you gotta be, it's just never like, oh, the dad loves his son. John Q might have been it.
I think that was a little insane.
John Q?
I would have left her.
What do you mean? She was like, you gotta figure it out.
I'd be like, we gotta find another child. we can make another child. You want me to do crime? No, that's insane.
You're not holding a hospital hostage for your daughters?
That's a lot. I would have lied and said I had the insurance. Like I would have borrowed credit cards or something, but I'm not holding up a hostage. You better do something, John.
Would you kill yourself so your daughters could live?
Kill myself?
Yeah, you gotta. They need a new heart.
Both of them?
You gotta split the heart in two. One needs a heart, one needs a kidney.
Oh boy.
Or what's that? I guess a liver. Something you can live with one kidney. Yeah, you got to give them you got to harvest your organs so your family can live.
Let me ask you this. That's a funny question, but this is actually more of a.
Dion's saying no daughters. No, he didn't answer at all.
No, because it's
I can make more of you. I want kids.
That's the question I'm gonna ask. At what age you were like, this baby's an hour old? You want me to kill myself? I can make another one. Would you like possibly put your life on the line to save this child?
You know what's funny? I had to ask if something went awry, who am I saving? Mm-hmm. Like the kid or you? Right. If something happens, like we can only save one. Yeah. Say, what am I doing? She was like,
yeah.
Which I wasn't mad. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad you said that too, because I can't raise a kid by myself without you. A kid. I was like, I couldn't do this without you. Yeah. But I was like,
you had your hand on both of them like this, they're on a cliff.
Well, at that point, I gotta save the kid.
Yeah, because she's lighter.
I gotta be like, ah! She's gonna be like, save our kid. I'd be like, fuck, save the kid.
You just like this, like, Izzy, get on yours back. You
pull you hang up by the throat. Yeah, I'm like, man, that's a horrible.
That was like the ending of Good Son.
Good Son,
nigga. That was a great ending.
No, Good Son was good.
Do you save your actual child who has been an asshole who tried to kill you, or do you change or save
nephew? What's her nephew?
The
right?
Nephew that has been nothing but a saint.
That sweet angel. She's like, I know this kid is evil. My son is evil.
Right.
Macaulay Culkin was killing.
Ooh.
Is he the greatest child actor of all time?
Diverse, yes.
You gotta
not Reese Witherspoon. What's the girl's name? Mm-hmm. From E.T.
Oh, it was Reese Witherspoon.
That's not Reese Witherspoon. That's
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. She's very diverse. She has some serious roles. She has some.
Now you gotta go all the way back to who was the little curly hair girl tap dancing?
Curly Sue?
No. Who? Who was Curly Sue?
You never heard Curly Sue?
No. You know I'm talking
Shirley
about
Chisholm.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. You know what? I was trying to say Shirley Temple. I was trying to say Shirley
Chisholm. Remember the girl who ran for president? She was an actress first. Yes, she was. She did Mama, I Need a New Bag. Mama, Stop Beating Me. All the movies were a series of mamas.
Mamas in the Mama, who made this potato salad?
Yeah, Shirley Temple. She has got to be like the reigning queen of child actors.
Yeah.
And then you got to who's the girl who did you had the Haley Joel Osment.
I don't know that
who did Sixth Sense, that kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then
he didn't age well.
No, he did not.
Right.
And then you had who's the girl, the little white girl who was in with Denzel. Not Training Day. Man on Fire.
Chloe.
Nope.
That's not her. Chloe.
That is not her. It's like
I know you're talking about. She was also in Cat in the Hat. I know you're talking about. She was also in Cat in the Hat.
No, I didn't see Cat in the Hat because I'm an adult. Even though I watch nothing but cartoon and kid movies.
And my guy who stars in Ozark, he was a child actor.
Who? Oh, Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I love him, dude.
I can't tell you. Oh, maybe he did. No, he wasn't in. Stand By Me. That was Sutherland. Kiefer. What a stupid name. Kiefer.
I'm about to do that name for somebody. Hey man, let me talk. Hey, can I speak to Kiefer?
Kiefer. What's up, Kiefer?
That sounds like an insult, don't it?
Kiefer. It sounds like some European insult. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, you know he's a Kiefer.
Wait. You mean to tell me he sucks gas for other people's asses?
Yeah, he's a Kiefer.
He's a Kiefer.
He's a Kiefer. You don't want to do with a Kiefer.
That sounds like you're saying he's a keeper, but you got a lisp. He's like, oh yeah, you should definitely. You should definitely marry him. He's a Kiefer.
He's a Kiefer. That's funny.
Sequels, man. I don't like it.
You don't like sequels at all?
I don't like forced sequels if you don't have the universe made.
All right.
But there's not a lot of sequels that got better. Mm-hmm. There is some that's like first was great, 2 was great, then it went back down.
Yeah. John Wick has gotten better each time.
Really?
I think. I love John Wicks. I love them all.
I thought the second was iffy.
What?
The third one was better.
The third one was great. 2 was great. What are you talking about?
2 was when he became.
When the dude blew up his house.
Right.
He had to go to him and Common had that fight. He had to go to Italy. The whole
Actually, I'm lying. I think 2 was better than 3. 3 was building the world, and I was like, okay, now y'all felt like Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 was not good.
That's what I'm saying. It felt like it was building the world. Like, okay, now they're going. They got the Halle Berrys. They got the
3 was.
They were building. I know they're trying to do.
Yeah, like I'm watching. I can't wait for a 4. I mean, I think they're actually going to do a 5 also.
Yeah,
he's going to take down the entire
universe.
Syndicate. That's what I like about John Wick, bro. He's so dope. He's like, oh, oh, the assassins are after me. I'm after y'all.
That's what the story is.
It's got to be, because by the end of 3, the high table and the guy he was working with for that hotel, they both turned on John. And so then they shoot him, and then he falls off. Of course, he gets away. What's his name? Finds him. I am the Bari.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's got to be. Are you mad yet? Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first one.
That's the third one.
Oh, I thought when he's like, people keep asking me in my back.
Oh, that was that one.
Yeah, I'm back.
No, at the end of that one, they're like, let me ask you a question, John. Are you mad yet? Yeah.
The thing is, they're assassins.
Yeah.
Why y'all keep shooting him in the chest?
Yeah.
You
gotta shoot him in the head.
there is no armor on the head.
That last one became a video game because it had that suit that he had that could like plink off jackets, and he's like clink clink clink. Yeah. And I was like, that part, because they had to explain it. It was like, this is a super indestructible height. And I'm like, okay. But I played video games, bro. I played video games where I've got shot 12 times, and he's like, and then I get him back to life. So I'm not even mad.
And your fingers are still exposed. You be like, shit. The top of your head is like, if they're the top assassins of the world, they be watching like, you can block at the top of your head.
There's some top assassins like John, and then there's like the guys people hire.
Yeah.
But he in that third one or the second one, he had that. I was like, "Are you seeing, bro? They were all in like the catacombs, and he's just going out killing cats." And now that I know guns, I'd be like, "Ooh, we got the Benelli," you know.
What I loved about John Wick, he didn't waste no bullets. He was using bullets like it was like uppercuts, it's like shot in the stomach, head, knees.
Did you ever watch this? You gotta watch his training videos.
Have him doing it?
Yeah. He's at this place in it's actually in Los Angeles, not in quite. I think it's in Simi.
Okay.
And it's like a whole. You gotta watch it because even like when they work on the reload time, how fast they reload, like it's great. Bro.
I love if you actually. So me being in production, I admire the camera op because they have to be a part of it too. Because you got to go up, down, hip, swing like that, and you got to move the camera around. Nigga, they are moving.
Yeah.
Like
that's a lot of work.
And so when it comes to a camera op. For those who don't know, I have a production company and I have a camera.
Lactose.
So what you have to accomplish is you have to know the moves, the dances, and also it's a timing of them actually doing them time. Somebody else needs to control what's in focus, because to know the dance and then go up and down, flip up. Sometimes a lot of CGI they add stuff in it if it's like you're following an actual bullet, getting shot, shooting somebody in the head. But it is now turn. Like, there's a director in your head like left, up, down, and it's like it's like when you teaching it, it's a rhythm, and everyone has to dance on beat, kick, punch, kick, hump, jump, flip. So it's like when I say. It's so artistic watching John Wick because they make these one shots like the bike, the motorcycle. When I see that one on green screen, I was like, dude, this is fun. Yeah, this was fun. This is cinematic gold right here.
No, they're great. There's this movie. You ever heard Tony Jaa?
Yeah.
He's a Thailand martial artist who specializes in Muay Thai, and he had this movie. I can't remember which movie it was. I think it was this one about the elephant, the protector. Yeah. And there's a shot, they did a one shot with him like going through this entire building, and you see him from the time he enters, and I think it's like a 4-minute scene or something like that. And like it's funny because 4 minutes doesn't sound long.
Yes.
Right. like unless you're like when I wrestled, fighting. 2 minutes was long. Boxing, 3 minutes is forever. So so they're like going up. I might have lied. It might have been 7, but I want to say it was 4. Anyways. So he's like going up. You just see him keep going up. He keeps going up, fighting guys. And by the end of it, you see he's just like he's exhausted, and he's like, and you see the guys kind of come up and kind of wait for him to to fight him back. But the camera guy had to follow him And they had an American dude who couldn't do it.
Wow.
He was just so they did. I think they did 4 takes total, or maybe they did 3 takes total. They couldn't finish it on the first one, so they gave it to one of the Asian dudes, and he followed the entire thing. But when you saw like the behind the scenes, I'm like, because the American dude was gassed.
Yeah. He
was like up the stairs, and he's just like he just couldn't keep up. Yeah. And so when you see the other guy do it, the one take shot, like it's crazy. Have you ever seen The Raid 2?
No, I thought you said rape.
The Raid.
Yes, I have.
So The Raid 2 has an amazing one shot when they're like on the highway going through, like you see them pass the camera through the car and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
My man was dressed as the seat.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was dressed as the car seat.
Yeah.
So when you see the seat and then you see the camera pass by the driver, that's the guy. I was like, yo.
Yeah, they thought of that.
My man was dressed as a car seat. I was like, that?
Yeah.
That whole entire one shot of The Raid 2. Yeah. When I watch something and you see it's a one shot, I'm like, ooh, it's a one shot time.
I seen a guy get thrown into a car, the front seat, and then the camera went through the back seat. So he got thrown through the car. The other person jumped in and then started punching him in the front seat. The camera is going through the car. And then another person threw him out the seat. And so they just kind of like, it was like a one shot through, but it was like a jib that was kind of pushing through parallel to the fight scene. And then once the person got out, they took the camera off the jib.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Ryan Coogler did one in Black Panther, which was great.
Yeah, I haven't
when
seen
they were
that.
in the casino. You ever seen Black Panther?
Oh, the casino. Oh, the casino.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the scene, the behind the scenes of it.
Oh, no. Well, I watched the behind the scenes of it. But yeah, when I watched that and he had like this camera on the line going, I was like, you guys are genius, bro. Yeah. Somebody had to catch it. And
right.
I was like,
people don't even acknowledge that. Or like, I did be kind of thinking like, how did they keep this as a one shot? Yeah. A lot of times they be just kind of like, being showing the shoulder of somebody, and that'd be actually a cut to kind of like to blend in with the next one. Yeah. Well, I know what y'all doing.
Because you'll see some things, even the quickest blackout.
Yeah.
Like, or there were birds, the camera's in black and it come back out of it. Like, that's
like you ever see 1917?
No, I didn't.
That whole movie's supposed to be one shot.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Supposed to be one shot.
Right, but there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, I think they shot like.
There's no camera battery. You got to be plugged in the entire time.
But you can actually do that. You actually do that.
What?
If some cameras have 2 batteries. So if one is dying, you can just take it off and it's still working on this one. You just put another one in like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they had 37 long takes. And it's super simple. They just have somebody walk by and kind of use that and then just splice that together with the next.
There's no way you can do all that in one take.
No way, unless there's a lot of rehearsals. Oh, there's a movie called Russian Ark. That is literally a whole movie, one take.
But how does it move? Because 1919 was an action movie, like
it's a like an opera movie. They said most of their production was rehearsing.
Yeah, I mean I believe that if it's like we don't have a lot of movement, we don't have a lot of change. Like I seen somebody do a whole one take and went through the streets and all that, and I go like, I can believe that if there's not a plane exploding behind the guy running. Yeah. I go, there's not gonna be a Marvel movie in one take.
Right.
So
yeah, hey man.
Yeah. There's a whole green screen behind you, bro. I'm not believing in a whole one take unless it was a real plane exploding behind him.
Yeah, it was funny, dude. When it comes to production, man, I didn't want this life.
Yeah,
I did not want this life.
This life chose me.
It did. I didn't want this life. My life in a nutshell is I got into production because it was funding me for a while. People start finding out that I have a camera. And it's like, and they be like, hey man, you really good at this. You really good at directing. You really good at holding the camera. And then in my head, I'm like, I don't want to be known for this. How do I get out of this? Should I keep moving forward? Should I keep learning more about production? Should I keep learning more about the camera?
We're in the same boat. Yeah. I feel the same way writing.
Yeah.
I wrote for me to do sketches.
Right.
People go like, oh, you're good at this.
Yeah.
And then you have people who hit you up. Can you develop this? Can you develop that? And you go like, hey, y'all want to do some shit with me?
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Last night, one of the actors put me to the side. I was like, "Hey man, you funny, dude. Why aren't you in front of the camera?" And I was like, "Oh God, don't remind me, bro."
Yeah, that's why you got to teach me how to shoot
and how to Dougie.
Is it like this?
No, brother. You gotta brush your hair. You gotta go back.
It's like a luau, right? Was it?
Has anybody literally taught them how to Dougie?
No, man.
That girl was like, teach me how to Dougie. And at the end, nobody said, thank you. Now I know how to Dougie. Now I know. She's
You mean like this? What do you know?
She said, teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how. No.
That's so funny. You go the same side? No. Somebody said watching the instructional video. You got to come here, go up here, roll, come back. Swivel, come back.
I don't know if Dougie Fresh knows how to Dougie.
Oh, Dougie Fresh is the Dougie. That's what.
But I thought it was a
no, that's what they got it from. Teach me how to Dougie. And then you watch Dougie Fresh and they're like, hey. That's why they went and got him for the video.
I thought it was I thought that was him doing this. And then they went like this.
Oh, they might have added it.
Yeah, they might have added a hand.
Some young dude watched some 1888 the show. And then he'll watch the oh my God. Always wanted to learn how to DJ, bro.
Why?
I thought it was the dopest shit ever.
I like it when they blend together.
Bro, when I would listen to Jazzy Jeff or watch him, I was like, yo, this is the most amazing thing. It was a magic trick to me.
Right.
And then the way he would make the words break up and talk, and I was like, yo. And I remember I asked my mom for some DJ equipment. I was like 10, 11, they're like, you'll never make money off that. That's not a real thing. And I'm like, no. DJ Jazzy Jeff literally does it. And then like DJing was huge, right?
Yeah.
DJ in the 90s?
Yes.
So bro, if I could have been a 10-year-old up here, like,
yeah.
Hold on, let me.
I'd never touched turntables before.
Me neither. I did it once, but it was always like the key to. I don't want to break your shit.
Right.
And somebody was showing me, but I was like, I wanted to be like Russell Peters.
He can DJ?
Yo, if you ever follow Russell Peters on IG, amazing, bro. Yeah. Like crazy. Like
I never understood it. Like because what correct me when I become wrong. I always thought that it's two records playing at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you're scratching, you are scratching. Like if I was like, shit, I gotta think of a song that I got to scratch. It was like, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is. But allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is. Allow me to introduce. So I'm thinking like. This song is playing. Mm-hmm. What is this one doing? Is it just making the noise and then you're pulling it back to that point?
Yeah. Did you ever watch the breakdown? The Get Down?
Huh?
You ever watch the Get Down?
I didn't like the show.
What? You didn't like the Get Down?
I didn't get down with it.
You didn't get down with the Get Down was great. I wish they brought it back.
Yeah, I didn't. The first episode was a lot.
What? The Get Down was great, bro. It was great.
They showed how to do it?
Oh, they explained it perfectly. Like, they were talking about how Grandmaster Flash actually... Because I guess before, cats couldn't... because the whole thing was like the break, right? Like, the break of the song was like the biggest part that people wanted to dance to. And so, people... I think it was Grandmaster Flash who had the idea of bringing two turntables. Mm-hmm. So he was like, okay, I can play this one, and then while that song is going, I find the break in this one. So he never stopped the break beat. You know, because that was the whole thing. Is it's like once that break beat comes in, everybody's like, oh, and then it goes back to the song. Right. And then hip hop, they was like, fuck the song. Yeah, this shit slaps, right? Yeah. So he brought the other table. He was like, so why we play the break beat on here? So he had drew a crayon, he had drew like a line where the beat was, and so he would always snap it back to that one spot. And so that's how they kind of invented that. So he would switch the things back and forth, and he always had the break. And so when they started scratching, I don't know who first did it, but it was an accident, something like that. Somebody was like, someone was like, hey, actually, that was kind of dope. And then that's when they started doing that. And then, of course, the art form from there was revolutionized by DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Really?
Yeah, because he did like...
Is he gonna get down?
He invented the echo, the transformer beat, like the transformer break where he's like make the noises in the echo of it and the timing. He had that was like one of the biggest things was like DJ Jazzy Jeff showed people what you can do on. But
was he on the get down?
Mm-mm. They showed all the way back to how it first started with Grandmaster Flash. Okay.
But I was like, why didn't give him no love?
He came in the late 80s. He came in the late 80s, 90s area where it was just saying that he wasn't the inventor, but he was a guy who showed people this is crazy what you can do with this stuff.
You know what? No one has never done. I'm sure someone has done it, but I haven't heard of it. Mm-hmm. I can't play instruments.
Yeah, me neither.
But I know I could do a beat. Mm-hmm. So if I made the noise of a drum, of a ding, ding, and if I just did the whole beat with my mouth and then rapped over it, I think I'd be innovative. Right?
You talking about beatboxing?
No, not like that. It pretty much is. You're right. But it is because
you mean what Dougie Fresh has done the whole time? Make a beat with his mouth and then rap over it?
But that's funny. That's pretty much what beatboxing is. But what I'm saying, if it sounded like actual instruments versus like I think that sounds like beatboxing, right?
I think if you just, it doesn't depends on who is it. Because remember that cat, what was his name? Because there was like Radio Roxy who ran with Fresh Prince, but there was another dude who was like so great at making sounds. I remember he had like dropped in a song back in the day. Rashim, I can't remember his name, but he was like one of those dudes. You was like, that sounds like a guitar. You're like that, but if you were talented enough to make musical sounds,
right,
like that,
like everything, like yo, who was the band? It's like, nah, that's me. That's my mouth.
Oh, you know who does it well? You always hear Bobby.
Bobby McFerrin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bobby McFerrin would do all those things, and you'd be like, yo. Yep.
That was his mouth?
Yeah, he did all those noises.
Really?
For most, like, especially all the Cosby songs. He did all of those. And then he did, there's a song I love called Good Lovin'. Good Lovin'. Good Lovin'. I thought it was a bass line. I thought, like, he was killing. Yeah. Bobby McFerrin played a lot of that stuff.
Wow. So is that this is a question. So if I take the sounds of a song from the 70s and recreate it with my mouth, is that sampling?
Yes. Yeah.
What if I do that at a different pitch?
Yeah.
Like ding 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 ding.
You'd be like, oh, I see what you're playing. You're either say Men in Black or the original. Send me, forget me not.
No, I was doing it in a different tone. I went at a B flat.
Yeah, but it was the same rhythm.
Remember when?
No, man, they did dun 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 dun. We did ding 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 ding.
And my homeboy Earl was doing the voice. My homeboy Kiefer.
That shit was 100% pressure. He was like, nah, man, you got it all twisted.
Dun 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 dun.
He's like, they did dun dun ding ding dun
I did
dun
dun dun dun dun dun.
He's like, will you pay them their money so we can get on with this? Ding 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 ding. Compared to, I just want to steal material. I'm
gonna use it as a soundbite.
I hate having to be original all the time. Yeah. I wish I had zero morals.
With so much music out in the world, it's really hard to be original because it's like, where'd you get this from?
Yeah.
Because even if I was like, if that was the beat, it'd be like, that's so from 1978. Right, it's like, hey man, what I gotta do? And that's so from 1980.
Like, yeah.
Like you got the drum patterns from.
It's funny because in music, sampling works, especially in hip hop, because cats in there had their own instruments and shit, so they sampled a lot. I think the first I know the I was gonna say These Are the Breaks. What was the Sugar Hill Gang? Their song was made with a band, right? But most hip hop songs are all sampled from older songs. This is what they listen to, right? We'll hear songs now that are sampled from hip hop songs or R&B songs that we listen to. Right. And I'm like, yo, no, you guys can't sample this.
Right.
I remember when J. Cole used
and Kanye West.
Yeah, I was like, no, bro, I was just listening to this last year. Like,
not that old.
It's not that old, fam. You can't use this.
Yeah,
work out for me. I was like, you can't.
When I heard Chris Brown do the. You never let you know. Never wanna let you so.
Yeah.
Never let you know. Never yet. But it was like, it was Michael Jackson, who was SWV. Hold on, Chris Brown had sampled SWV and SWV had sampled Michael Jackson. I was like, dude, I was alive when all these came out. I was like, what's happened?
Yeah, it was a difference from like when Snoop and them did Atomic Dog. Because it's a whole different sound. It's like, there was a funk. Now here's a funk with the hip hop. And I'm like, no, you can't remix hip hop with hip hop, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, we're still in this era.
Yeah.
You supposed to go find some old jazz sample, some old country song.
I love samples, man. As in, like, I love when they break out the sample. Mm-hmm. Like I heard my homeboy posted it. My boy Terrence Dorsey, DJ Dorsey, by the way.
Shout out DJ Dorsey.
Shout out Dorsey. He had did the dun 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 dun. When he dissected where it came from, the Isaac Hayes song.
Oh, I've seen that.
I was like, yo, I did not know that.
Yeah, I've seen that. That video of that when he was like, y'all thought this was original. This came from here. It was like, yo. But when I love looking on the back of labels and seeing what stuff came from.
I don't look at back of labels.
The back of albums.
I don't look at back of labels.
You don't look at the back of somebody's. I'm like, where does production come from?
Yeah.
They're all sampled.
Yeah.
Like, they're all sampled.
Yeah, it's really, it's so much music in the world for not to be sampled.
I think Outkast was one of the people who had, like, sampled the least that I've learned. I got to read this thing again. But I was trying to see, because, James Brown's been, like, sampled the most. Mm-hmm. And so I was trying to see what groups haven't sampled a lot. Mm-hmm. But I think as Outkast got older, because Andre started playing his own instruments and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think they wound up sampling the least or something like that early on. Especially the South, bro. I don't know the South samples a lot, because they be like big bass, you didn't have it on. I think RZA doesn't sample a lot. I gotta go back.
He does it from actual movie sounds.
Now maybe. Oh, I see what you're saying with a lot of the kung fu movies.
Right.
I love it. But you be like, I've never heard this. It sounds like RZA is just banging shit on concrete in New York. He's just walking around. You be like, clang, 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 clang.
So here's another thing. If I recreate the beat. Mm-hmm. With, instead of a drum, it is me slapping the toilet. So like, but the is like me like flicking an apple. They be like, hey, it's the same rhythm of let's get it on, but you just changed the sound.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
You trying to say? I've made that's an original. Like, it's not an original. It's hard to hear.
I'm sure somebody slipped through the cracks.
It's just crazy when you think of like the 60s, right, 50s. It has so much original music, like pure sound we'd never heard before, right? Or maybe because I was telling this to somebody else that they were saying like TV shows are all rehashed, right? Maybe you talked about this, right. But I was like, a lot of these things are from plays. A lot of these TV shows were from plays. I Love Lucy was from a play they put on. Right. Sanford and Son was from a play. Wow. In England.
The premise or all of it?
It wasn't called Sanford and Son. It was called something else in Son maybe. But it was also, because even when you look at the first episodes of that show compared to the play, the premise was the same. So it was just taken, readapted. But a lot of that stuff that we watched as even what was it? Gunsmoke? It was one of those it was a radio program, Same with the Green Hornet or whatever it was. It was a radio show that they made into a TV show. And a lot of things were old plays that they made into TV shows when TV came around. So it wasn't like things have been super original, because I also wonder about Jazz and some of these other dudes who were around, and by the time we heard the music, because I'm thinking about like Temptations and all, not that they stole anything. I'm not saying that. I'm also just wondering, I wonder if there was something that before a lot of these laws came around. Library Conference. Yeah, that's why you can do a Shakespeare movie any way you want to. Really? Oh yeah, because there's no copyright from the 1800s. Wow. That's why there's some of those songs. I forgot what they're called. Common whatever. But that you can use Itsy Bitsy Spider anything you wanted to. Nobody owns that.
So could I literally recreate a Shakespearean movie that someone already made a movie of?
You can do, you can't do like verbatim, I guess, of like, that's why people use, like, if you watched, what's the one they did that Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio back in the day? That's like, and they use like a modern, but it's the script. Okay. Oh, it is. Yeah. You can use it any way you want to. You're like, you stole our dialogue. You can do Romeo and Juliet in space. You can do it underwater. You can do any version you want to. Yeah. Nobody owns it. Even though you go like, oh, this is Shakespearean.
How about William Shakespeare owns it?
Nope. He wasn't smart enough to copyright back in the day.
Is he not a descendant? Do you don't have any children?
Shakespeare? I have no idea. You don't know any Shakespeares around.
That's a name that has never.
I bet you that's not his real name.
On. Really?
Yeah, it's probably not.
Not?
No, I doubt it.
That sounds very racist, though.
What?
Shakespeare. It's like, hey, look at that nigga over there shaking that spear.
What if William's name was William Spearchucker?
He's like, that's too much.
And he changed it to William Shakespeare. I'm not chucking it. I'll shake a spear at you. No, I mean, I don't know if it's his name or not. But yeah, man, you can like, that's why so many people do like those, like I said, Denzel Washington just did Macbeth. Because you don't have to pay anybody for it. The script is written.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're just doing your rendition of it.
Wow.
So anything that's out there that's that old, you do that shit. Nobody.
Yeah, I heard the same thing with Winnie the Pooh now. And
You're not paying for no writers.
Wizard of Oz.
What?
That you can. There's no.
There's probably a copyright for
Wizard of Oz.
I'm sure.
Not anymore. It's part of. I don't know that name for it.
I think it's called like common something. We've said it before in there because like I know we've tried to use things so like you can do certain songs like a lot of those kid songs you can use.
Right. Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah. Nobody owns those. You know.
Oh, I was talking about this on another podcast, but there's like 6 different verses on Old MacDonald.
What do you mean? It's not just he had a farm of different animals?
Yeah, it's a lot. Like he had butterflies, and he went out there to kind of shield the sunlight from the children. And
what do you mean? Like Old MacDonald had a butterfly that he had to shield from the sunlight?
That was like the last verse when he starts naming off the
farm animals.
Yeah, it was like Old MacDonald. It was like Old MacDonald woke up and got his so and so, and then it was like it went all like his life.
Who was like, yeah, cut all that shit out. That last part is cracking, bro.
And I laughed at the fact that they said he had a farm, as in like
it's gone now.
Is it like the government took it, or is he no longer alive, or did he not pay his taxes? He had. Oh man! Remember when Old MacDonald had a farm?
Remember, maybe he would wake up every morning, go get the eggs. Because we should make a song. Yeah. Oh man! But I wonder. I got to look it up now because you wonder about those things like Ring Around the Rosie was about the Black Plague,
right?
You know what I mean? Right, now I'm wondering like, what was Old MacDonald's thing? He was
an old homeless man on the ground, and he told people about the story. Like, hey, Old MacDonald, tell them what we said. Oh, we had
chickens.
And they say what? They laugh like
he went.
Like, Old MacDonald, you're crazy.
And it's funny, man, because Izzy loves to sing it. Because she'd be like, "Oh, MacDonald had a," yeah, and you're like, "Duck, no, cow." And you're like, oh, "Okay." But now that those songs, bro, they just go on forever. Yeah. The Wheels on a Bus.
Yeah,
that's why when you watch, she watches all these YouTube videos, and they just keep making these songs. Like we can go do our own versions.
Yeah.
Of a kid song. You know what I mean? But they all do it. Fun fact.
Ready?
Yeah. Is it a lack fact?
Oh no, I didn't make this.
Fun fact. Okay.
Can you guess what is the biggest viewed video on YouTube?
Yeah, I have no idea. Some kind of Charlie bit my finger or some dumb shit. Somebody's Justin Bieber or something.
Justin Bieber's very close. He's in the top 3.
Yeah,
top 10. I mean, but I'll tell you, but I'm gonna get the actual number. Baby Shark.
Oh,
Baby
makes
Shark
tons of sense.
Is the biggest song.
Izzy still loves Baby Shark.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be used forever because kids keep coming up.
Yeah, and they keep doing different versions. The writers of Baby Shark recreated their own song with different lyrics. Yeah. Like, no.
I seen them do a monkey nana nana. I seen different things. They're trying to find that new hot one. They didn't even pick a new song. It's the same beat and everything.
If you eat off of it, do you change it? Do you switch up? Do you switch up your audience? If your first hit, you become an immediate millionaire. Do you switch it up, or do you be like?
Let me tell you what. If I did, We Will Rock You. I would have We Will Smack You. We Will Beat You. I would have every version of We Will remix. Do. We will. Block You, dude.
Yeah.
I would have every
different versions, because it's hard to be like, because if you eating off of that song, now you're touring off of that song, and then Because immediately in this time in this age, people are going to be like, "Hey, Good Morning America, Chaz, do the song again. Hey,
Great.
BT, let's do the song again." Hey.
I would have a food show where we will chop you. I'd be teaching football players. We will block you. I would be doing all kind of versions of.
What's next for you?
We're working on We Will Talk You. It's a talk show that I'm doing.
For people that don't have socks, we will sock you. We will put socks on your feet.
We have a lot of things coming
up. Are you gonna recreate it? Or are you gonna do some different songs?
No.
It is at 10 billion views.
Damn.
As of 2020.
They got to be the richest people on earth. Pink Fong, that's what that is. Pink Fong. That's like their brand of
I
like.
thought she was being racist.
No, that's what that's their brand. When you hear it, like, come on, Pink Fong, and it's like this little fox.
Oh boy.
And then, because they're Asian, the people who did it, I believe, Asian of some sort. I don't know what, Asian country.
Damn it, dude.
But there's a little fox, and then man, it's just genius. I know way too much about them because I kept looking up like fuck.
And I'm sure. Ready for this? Mm-hmm. I'm sure Steven Spielberg's cinematographer. Scorer. What's that score? What's the guy who scored the film? Cause that's literally like
Hans Zimmer or something.
Dun, 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 dun. Woo! I know he's like, yo. You need to come off of that.
But I don't think they sell that song.
What do you mean?
They don't sell the song.
It's on the soundtrack. It's on a Jaws soundtrack.
Right. But they don't sell that song. Baby Shark. I don't think there's a thing where you sell that song.
But you sampled it.
Right. But you can't but you're not making.
They're making money off YouTube.
Oh, that's true. YouTube will take that sample away.
Right. I'm sure he has to get money because that's literally the dun 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 dun.
But I also think there's an
dun.
amount of songs you can use before YouTube won't take it down because we know there's a limit. Because when we're always singing on there or something, there's like a limit where you can use before YouTube will be like, oh, you can't. Now you're taking something. Right. Well, I think it's even the same with TV. There's like maybe 4 or 5 seconds to a song you can sing before. Because we've done that a couple of times also. That we had to be like, yeah, it's our anniversary. It's about all you can do.
Yeah. Brescia, she knows she can sing.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. She had it was a I can't think what song she was singing, but she was just singing it just mocking the person. They flagged the video because she sounded exactly like the actual song. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that they can like being on the same rhythm and sounding exactly like the artist. They're like, yeah, you can't use this because of copyright
unless
issues.
you do it on the reels now or some shit
cocaine.
like that or cocaine.
Like, what is that got to do with anything?
I'm all about trying to find something that'll go viral for kids, bro. It just makes sense.
Because I keep telling you, we talked about this earlier.
What's
kids
the new
future?
They are the future. What's the new pacifier?
If you create something for children, it's always gonna be new children.
Yeah, that's true.
And Baby Shark is gonna be here for a long time, man.
It's so fucking catchy.
Yeah.
And there's a whole dance to it, and they learn it, and it's adorable.
Man.
And then it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Remember in here for Izzy's first birthday, you were taking her picture, and she was kind of then like not interested. And then you played Baby Shark, and she was like,
"Oh, we in here."
She was like, she was slowly like. All right.
Here we go. I'm fine with this.
And I was like, man, that's her turn up song, bro. Yeah. It was like it's the dun 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 for me. Dun 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 dabba 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 back to that. That's her Baby Shark. She be like,
I don't remember that in Baby Shark, but you go.
That's my Baby Shark. You be like, Chaz, how can you're at church?
How did you feel? How did you feel when they remade?
Back that prayer up. Somebody would do that at church. I'm sure that's happened.
How did you feel about the Vax one?
You know what? I wonder how much money they got.
Yes,
I didn't hear this whole song, but I was just like, that's funny.
Yeah.
But they had to get crazy money.
Because he knows that is a black anthem.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's like, I'm not touching it. And they got Mia X on there randomly.
Do they?
At the very end. They had Mia X at the end. I was like,
they did an entire song.
Yes.
That's funny. I wonder how I get like and it's funny just how they looked. They were just like, this is it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
But
do you do it? If you financially struggling, do you take that check?
There's nothing I'm not doing when I'm financially struggling. People, like, I feel like people. This doesn't make sense to me. Where you choose not more, over money.
Right. I gotta feed my family, man.
Like, I don't have a thing where I go, I would like, I'm selling out. I go like, I'm buying in, guys.
Dude, I mean, you have to look at it like this. If you created Titanic, all right, everyone dies at the end except Rose, right? If they're like, this is a cinematic gold right here. Chaz, you are a genius.
Yeah, thank you.
Because of this right here, because of this script, and this movie, you will forever be hired in Hollywood.
Thank you.
Could you do a Titanic 2, please?
Absolutely.
What is your angle at this?
The iceberg's revenge.
He got his first. What do you mean revenge? He's the villain in the first
place. Titanic's. That's funny. They made a movie where the iceberg's a villain. I've never seen Titanic, but the boat's. It's the ghost of Titanic. I don't know. I'm doing something. Yeah. You know what I would do? I would do a movie about Rose's grandchildren. Okay. Who are trying to find? Is there something about like a necklace somewhere in that movie? Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't. Something falls to the bottom.
So the whole movie was. We heard that there was a diamond that was in the Titanic, and we seen a picture that Jack had drew of you. You had the diamond on you. We want to hear your story. So she's like, yeah, and then she told the story of the Titanic. She was like, so when the ship went down, I lost it, and then he was like, oh man, damn, we got to find it. So at the very end, she was like, I still had it the whole time, and then she said, she threw it in the water, as in like.
She threw the diamond in the water?
Yeah, it was like this very unique, one of a kind.
Was she rich?
No.
What? Fucking kids can use this shit. What? How much is that diamond worth? Anybody know?
It was like up to $1 billion.
Oh, she was senile. Like that story probably never happened. It probably never happened. Any of that. She's some senile old lady because you're not throwing a diamond in the water.
Yeah. It was a necklace, and they were just like, she was like,
I'm like, Grandma, you crazy bitch. What are you doing?
What is about the water? Like, thank you, Grandma.
She really throws it in the water at the end? That's so fucking stupid.
She was like, this is the only thing of Jack that I remember, and I don't want nobody to mess with that. So through the whole movie, they were searching for it. It was like, was it around his area? Like, it was around his area. So he was searching, and then on the boat, she was telling the story of it. And then he was like, all right, guys, we can't find it. We're going to go back. And then after everybody left, she said, she threw it back in the water.
Wait, you had it for all these years, and then she threw it back in the water?
After the guy was interviewing him, she was telling him the story.
So, wait, did she look, like, where were they looking for
where the Titanic sunk? So they were in the Titanic. The boat was underwater.
Right.
So the whole movie, they had like a robot in the water searching stuff for stuff. And then she's like, oh, I remember that. And they start telling that part of the story. They said, oh, I remember this is when so she was like, you can look over there to see if it's over there. So she was like navigating through what happened in the movie. Then when the movie went over, she's like, I guess we're gonna find it. Maybe somebody had it on them.
So she said, this is the part where Jack held me and I did this on the front of the phone.
Yeah, it was creepy. It was creepy crazy because they did like, I'm going to chill bumps. Because they showed like a wide shot of the remains of the Titanic. And it was like all with a whole bunch of seaweed and sewage, not sewage, but the green stuff on it. And then they like reimagined like onto the boat, like it became real. So you seen all these people walking around. I was like, I was like, just to see, like, they don't know that in a couple hours that you're gonna be up on, this whole ship's gonna be on the water.
Right.
So it showed the remains of it. And it was like, let's go back to 1920 when it happened. It was like, and everybody was kind of like, hey, this is about to be the greatest ship ever. And I was like, oh God! I was like, oh my God! They don't know.
They had no idea what's coming.
It's like a camera showing us right now. Yeah. Like right here, showing us right now, talking like, yeah, we having a good time.
And meteors
and
coming.
then the meteor is like 15 minutes away from right here. Like, look at
me and you doing a podcast.
Talking about it.
Right. Yeah. That sounds cool. I remember like when that movie dropped, like 97, 98.
That sounds about right.
I remember not watching it because I was like, okay, you can watch Titanic or you can watch Matrix, Wild Wild West, and it was 3 hours. And I was like, I'm not watching that.
It's a great movie, man.
I'm sure it is.
Great movie.
But now I just go like, I know more about it now from hearing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over the years, I feel like I've seen it.
That
fucking song was done to death.
Yeah, it literally is Romeo and Juliet, pretty much. Yeah.
Someone's everywhere.
Romeo and Juliet, pretty much. He did. Leonardo DiCaprio did Romeo and Juliet twice.
Yeah, I didn't see Romeo and Juliet either. So
he's a commoner that snuck on the Titanic. A commoner he had won a bunch of money, snuck on on this Titanic. Wasn't supposed to be there, and he just fell in love with this woman. He was like, hey, "Why are you talking to this steerage worker?"
It sounded boring. Now, if it was a movie about like the iceberg is trying to get us, well, let's get it first, or there was like a killer whale that took down a Titanic.
But you see the elements coming. You see it. It was like you see the iceberg way up ahead, like you see it in the background. So you'll see it coming. It was like, make sure you keep this nozzle to the left. So you be like, we don't want to hit that. And then you'll see like it's slow, like throughout the movie you see like it starts to pure right. And then the captain's like, how we doing? He's like, we're doing good. And the guy never looked at it. So that has been the villain the whole movie. So throughout the love story, you start to see like, nigga, it's coming. So that was the leering like oh my God, it's about to happen. And then somebody wakes up like, oh my God, but they're too far this way because it was land and the iceberg. So they're like, are we going to hit? And everybody's like, lean. And everybody's like, this is like halfway through the movie. So they got you right now. So they're like, lean. And it was like this, if this iceberg, it was like far, like going this way. It was like, lean. So the whole time they get like right here. And it was like, and it just like cut the whole bottom of the boat. And everybody's like, we good? And everybody's like, we good. But the bottom of the boat was filling up. So now this is like midway through the movie. So now it's like, what do we do? It's like, we should be good, guys, because the bottom of it was made for this. The water's going to fill up, but it started getting heavy. So the water's going like pulling the ship down, and then it slowly start coming up into the boat, and everybody's like, go up. Now the workers who was in the bottom of the boat, they're like, do y'all save us? Because this is where we sleep. And they was like, y'all gotta stay down there. We can't have y'all up here in the rich. Like, we rich, so we stay up here. Oh, fuck
that.
So it was like, this was like the battle of the boat.
You're telling me I can't come up and say myself?
And I'm the one who's putting the
Let me tell you what. If there was like, hey, you guys gotta do X, Y, and Z, and if you do this, we might get to save the boat. I go, or I can get into one of these fucking rowboats and get the fuck out of here.
They didn't think it's going to. They didn't think it's going to, because they just, because it was prepared. If the water comes in,
I would have been on top. Like, y'all did it. Y'all, all right, good job, guys. You left us. Let me tell you guys, but there was a chance of imminent death, or to save myself. I'm choosing to save myself. I have a whole family. We're supposed to be back in 3 months, or whatever that.
There were two. I'm telling you, dude, great movie. There was a villain that was upset at their relationship. He handcuffed Leonardo DiCaprio in the water down so he can drown.
Dang.
So he said, "You will not have that girl, my soon-to-be wife." He handcuffed him in, so the water was filling up. Rose like, "Where's Jack? Where's Jack?" He's like, "He's down. Last time I seen him downstairs." So she went underwater, unhooked him. Now they're trying to get back up to beat the water the whole time.
So she dove under freezing water.
Yes. Yeah, great movie, man.
And nobody got hypothermia.
No, it should have been several times. Now I'm trying to tell you, the movie is look. I'm selling you this movie. So then the boat was getting filled. So now the boat doing this because it's bottom heavy.
Okay.
So
that's terrifying.
Yeah. Now everybody's pulling this way, but the fact that it's so much weight on this side, it slams back this way. So now it goes down like this, and now it's going up, and that, but it's so heavy it breaks, and now everybody slams on here, but it's still getting pulled down because it's electric and all this stuff. So now they got to go right back up under again. But then it's a suction of water because you go, oh man, God,
sounds awful.
That's an awful
Not the movie. I'm just saying
to be a part of.
Yeah, that's
and this is halfway through the movie.
And people take these big ass cruise ships. I'm like, not me. I know what happened.
You can't survive a boat or a train. We already told you that.
Yeah, man.
Train or plane.
Here's the thing, dog. I'm not doing this women and children first shit. Unless it's my women and children. You know?
Only?
Yeah, y'all get in there. Then I gotta sock out somebody else's woman and child. Not enough room. And then I'm black. They're not gonna try to let us on. You know what I mean? No, I'm not doing that.
We be had the guy you try to sock out. You like, bro, stop. Stop.
You just knocks me out, throw me off the boat.
Hey, I understand, brother. I understand you're scared, but you got
stop being rational.
You just hit them like, Chaz, seriously, dude. If we gotta do women and children.
All right, are you done?
Okay, so how many children we going first? Oh God! All right.
So did they have like rafts and rowboats to get off on?
Yeah,
did they have a lot of them?
Not for everyone. Mm-hmm. So they said women and children first.
That doesn't make sense to me. Here's what I hate about planes. Also, why can't I have a parachute on this plane?
Where is it going?
On me. I'm holding my parachute.
Where is it going?
What are you talking about?
Where is it at?
The what?
The plane. I mean, the parachute.
In my arms.
Where? How are they handing them out?
I'm bringing my own parachute.
So why? Where do you purchase a parachute?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Parachute store.
And it's a chance it's a weapon essentially. If you pull it in the plane,
as long as it's not hitting the pilot, we're good. Well, knock out a stewardess. Oops.
It's like saying having a knife. As long as I'm not hitting the pilot, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, a parachute shoots out.
I'm aware.
They don't need you to have that on the plane.
I need to have it because if the plane goes down, parachute. Everybody should have a parachute.
No, they're all weapons.
Everybody should have a parachute so I don't have to die in a plane crash. When that plane goes down, you're just dead.
Or you can possibly jump out right when it hits. You like this, you like this, you like this. You jump out like,
I don't know. I always thought about that. And I was like in the water. I'm like, that never works. You're never going to time it right where you don't go flat on the ground. There's no way you time it right.
Yeah.
And then a big explosion's going to happen.
Because you're thinking, if I push gravity from the ground, I can jump out. But the problem is, it's going down.
Yeah.
So when you jumping, that's how you push energy to jump off the ground.
Yeah.
But if the ground is going down, you're just gonna be like, you're gonna be like,
way.
I didn't go nowhere.
You're breaking everything if you survive. Like there's people who jump out of a plane, they'll survive. Mm-hmm. You know, like the parachuters, and they're like somehow they live. They're shooting in the open.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not likely to be that lucky that nothing.
And the fact that you have never practiced this before.
Yeah.
You're thinking, are we gonna survive? Is this possible? God, like Jesus, my children are still in the seatbelt.
But bro, if the plane's crashing, we're falling, and you know it's falling, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
This is like a 16-second fall, so you don't have time to really think.
Get out my phone and
you be like,
and everybody's just screaming around you.
Yeah, and it's like air mass. You like. Is the pilot gonna take care of this? Like, is he good?
He's got a parachute. I'm like, what's the chances of you surviving a plane crash?
Don't you say the funniest.
Oh yeah, the pilot is like, all right, so things went awry, and we're not gonna be able to make it, and I'll see you guys later.
Hey, what if the pilot was like, we're going through a little turbulence. Everything is totally normal. We're gonna give you a little oxygen for people.
You just see this jump.
You see him jump like hey,
he's got one of those squirrel suits.
Is that the pilot? You're like, is that the stewardess? We all like just like we try to be calm and like, hey, just do what he say.
Look, if people jump out of planes, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe these airliners go too fast. Mm-hmm. But I'd rather take my chance jumping out of a plane with a parachute than with the ground. Like, I'd rather take why can't the plane have a parachute?
Why can't the plane have an airbag?
A giant encasing a bubble. Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? People will go, it's too expensive to do. These airline companies, rather you crash, It's cheaper to buy a new plane, pay some people, than to install these safety procedures. Dog, these planes be 30 years old.
Yeah.
Like, why am I...
Right.
Like, there's technology now. Cars are like, well, too many people are dying in these steel cars that don't have a crumple zone. Yeah. Where's the crumple zone on a plane?
Yeah.
No.
You need an airbag.
You need a giant poof bubble. Yeah. And you guys just go rolling.
Yeah.
Like a hamster cage. And you're just rolling around.
Right. I at least, like, I don't know if it should be the front of the thing or the under.
Yeah.
Up under. Just give us a softer crash.
We're going to have a hard impact.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, it's going to be a hard impact. Yeah. But if I have a ball, boing, and you go back. Ding, 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 ding.
We're like, boom, and then the airbag bust. And it's like, now you...
Somebody's got to be testing this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was also like, why doesn't a plane have a big-ass parachute?
Wow.
Like, why not? Why not? Why, like 18, whatever, how many parachutes it takes. They can make a giant parachute, so when it's going down, you all get thrown. But it takes you, it's going to land you safer than it would the other way.
We will all have whiplash.
We would have horrible whiplash.
It's like, on the count of 3, he had to say it like, count of 3, here we go. 3,
brace yourselves.
2, and then, yeah, because that jack would, we'll break a nose or something.
Yeah.
Because your face is going to
better than breaking my body in an explosion.
So, as of today, Chaz and Dion came up with a great idea. Planes should have parachutes and airbags.
Yeah.
If it has worked for the past 20 years, not on cars, but when it comes to parachutes, but when it comes to...
Or, in Jurassic Park, where they have the latest ones, where they have that little bubble, they have that ball, that's how I want my seat to be.
Oh.
I should be able to eject from there, poof, parachute the way down in my little encased bubble, which is actually probably more sanitary anyways, because I don't have to share it with a bunch of people, my little bubble.
Wow.
This probably be really expensive to do.
Yeah, I was saying, how much would you mind if plane tickets were $1,000 because of that?
Well, they're damn near $1,000 now.
Well, $2,000 then.
Like first class to pay like $10,000.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Hey,
if I had the money, like if it was like, all right, all the first class seats had these amazing technology, I would be like, well, I can't travel without this. First class seat of safety.
Right.
It's like, oh man, only 90% of people survive plane crashes.
Yeah.
And then in the business that we are, we can travel a lot.
Yeah. So
I think about that all the time. Tell me like, I don't want to be the guy who dies in a plane crash. That shit would suck.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm glad they have co-pilots.
Yeah.
Because they always talking about like if one of them go down, I'd be like, I think stewardess need to know how to.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Stewardess is like, don't worry, I got 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen several movies when the co-pilot was like, the up in the air was like, freeze. It's like handcuff yourself, and it was like, oh damn. He's like, everyone, prepare yourself for. I don't know if I give him that racist accent.
Did we pick a name yet? Are we gonna go with Lackaroni and Chaz? I don't know if we had votes, but we did it on the live.
We did not. I like Lackaroni and Chaz.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
because
there's no way somebody can steal that.
Man, forget another damn podcast. We are now Lackaroni and Chaz cast,
and I will create a logo.
Yeah. So
that will be the first on there.
You can do that.
What?
Create a logo for it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forget that Dion has 100,000 talents and drawing is one of them.
Lackaroni and Chaz.
Because I'm so sick of how fucking talented people are. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair.
Yeah. But I look at it like this. I got nothing.
It's not, bro. It's not fair when you want these people who are good at everything.
Hey man, I try a lot of stuff, and I don't like to limit myself. I say I can't do it, but I also don't like to keep moving forward on the 100% of the talent, and that's the problem. Like I'm good enough of just a lot of stuff, like it'd be like, hey man, since you know how to film, you should learn Adobe Premiere. You should learn how to do motion graphics. I'm like, slow down. It's like I'm not doing it. Hey, since you can draw, you should learn how to do charcoal and painting. I'm like, oh, God,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
So yeah, you can rap. Maybe you should drop an album. I'm like, I should, but
you did.
A lot of energy. Yeah, well, featuring my friends.
Yeah, you did.
But it takes a lot, man. Yeah. I'm a trash person for not fully finalizing a talent, I should say, not my talents, but a talent in singular, and I could also that one talent could elevate. Elevate the rest of them.
Yeah, I stopped trying to do a bunch of things. It's honest. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna go try to write every day, try to go act, try to go do this, and then go do stand up. I go like, it's one thing will lead you to everything,
right?
You know. But I was like, it's become such a toll when you're trying to do 1,000 things, and, you know. But once you have some things rolling, then you can do everything.
Yes.
You can put things in places and people in places.
Seasons.
Yeah. Man.
All right.
We talked
Lackaroni and Chaz.
We talked a long time.
A long time, man.
If we had to be 3 hours.
I think we combined 2 and 1.
Yeah.
But we love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for rocking.
And me and Dion, we enjoy laughing and talking.
Yeah.
We do this shit all day.
Yeah.
8-hour podcast coming.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, man.
Toodaloo.